Coffee, please. She returned the menu after ordering her drink and looked at the person sitting across from her. There sat a man with quiet etiquette and gentle manners. He looked at her with eyes full of hope. "It's nice to see you." He said, waiting for her to respond. But only silence filled the air around the cafe. She kept her eyes fixed on the road outside, forcing herself to look back at him, desperately trying to bring words out of her mouth. It felt as if her lips were sealed. She couldn't say anything, not to him, not to anyone. She held so much pain inside her heart. Finally, she spoke. "I'm sorry. I couldn't do this." She picked up her purse and phone from the table and left the cafe as quickly as possible. Outside, she caught a cab moving down the road and clutched her purse so tightly it left marks on her hand. Moments later, her phone rang. "Mom." She cut the call and leaned her head against the cab window. Her mind replayed the same thoughts again and again. If I hadn't gone to the same school as him, if I hadn't fought for him against my family, if he hadn't changed, I wouldn't be crying every night. I wouldn't be avoiding my mother's calls. I wouldn't have gone on a date with another man today. It was foolish of me to fall for a guy at 18. Not every girl falls for a bad boy. Some girls like me fall for boys like me. Silent, distant. His presence never spoke loudly, yet he always had my attention. "Hey, why aren't you picking up my calls?" I walked to his table and slammed my hand on it. He was immersed in his phone, only lifting his head to look at me. "Oh God, don't look at me with those eyes." His whole presence screamed calmness, and it only made me weaker. I should have taken that silence as an opportunity to walk away. I shouldn't have gone on that date with him. After somehow convincing him to go out with me, the entire day passed in silence. He barely spoke. Just a yes or no, sometimes a sentence with no more than 5 words, and a lot of nodding. I loved that about him. He listened. He looked only at me. Being with him felt like standing at the center of an island. Even when the waves called, I stayed on the sand, not recognizing the flood that would eventually drown me. And I'm a fool, because I would choose the same thing again if I had to. If he was going to leave, he shouldn't have raised my hopes. He should have let me sit alone in the snow that night. A sudden pain rose sharply in her stomach. She clutched it tightly, closing her eyes as the pain cut deep, sharp, and unbearable. "Please take me to the hospital," she asked the driver. In the waiting room, she sat clutching her stomach with both hands, tears streaming down her face. She didn't know whether the tears were from the pain, or if she was using the pain as an excuse to finally cry her heart out. She entered the examination room after a long wait. An hour later, she sat in front of the doctor, who held her reports. Based on the ultrasound, the doctor said, "There appears to be tissue formation in the uterus. Do you have children?" Looking down, she replied softly, "No, doctor. 3 months ago, I had a miscarriage. We did a D&C to remove the fetus. Everything was fine after that. But today, I felt this pain. As you said, it's possible that during the D&C, some tissue was damaged or healed improperly. The surrounding tissue may have stuck together, forming something like a stone. It's not serious. We can remove it easily through a hysteroscopic procedure. Within a day or 2, you'll return to normal. We can schedule the procedure when you're free." She nodded. "What about today?" "I'm free. I don't have work." "Today won't be possible," the doctor said. "We haven't fixed an appointment yet. Go home, talk to your husband, and if you want, we can do it tomorrow." "Let's do it tomorrow," she said. After completing the formalities, she went home. Why should I wait? It's not like I have a husband to talk to, or children to take care of. And my mother, she blames me at every chance she gets for choosing the wrong man. My father behaves as if he doesn't even have a daughter. When did everything go wrong? Maybe it was when he became distant after I chose the man I loved, and I was too foolish in love to notice it. Sometimes I saw him smile at us. But everything returned to the same emptiness once he left me. After the procedure, she lay on the hospital bed, staring at the white ceiling that felt too close, too silent. Her body was weak, but it was nothing compared to how empty she felt inside. The pain had dulled, yet something heavier remained, a weight that no medicine could touch. She hadn't told anyone. No one knew about the operation. No one knew she was here. Not even him. The door creaked open. Her mother stood there. She looked smaller than she remembered, older too, with worry sitting deep in her eyes. For a moment, neither of them spoke. "You didn't tell anyone," her mother said finally, her voice trembling between anger and fear. "Why are you like this? Why are you so stubborn?" She didn't respond. Her mother stepped closer. "Do you think being silent makes you strong? Do you think carrying everything alone will fix anything?" Still nothing. She lay there lifeless, eyes open, but not seeing. Her mother sat beside the bed, her voice softer now, almost breaking. "Why didn't you tell me?" She wanted to answer. She really did. But the words had left her long ago. I still remember the day everything cracked. I was at work, staring at my screen, pretending to care about deadlines, when my phone buzzed. It was my friend. "Hey," she said casually, too casually. "I saw your husband today." I smiled without thinking. "Where?" "At that cafe near the junction." She paused. "He was with a girl." They were laughing. Laughing. I frowned. Not because I doubted her, but because it didn't fit him. He wasn't that kind of man. He never laughed easily. He barely spoke to anyone, let alone another woman. "He's probably with a colleague," I said, convincing myself more than her. But then she added, "It didn't look friendly." That sentence stayed with me the whole day. Not as suspicion, as confusion. When I got home that evening, I asked him casually, like it didn't matter. "Did you go out today?" I asked, pretending to focus on the kitchen counter. When I got home that evening, I asked him casually, like it didn't matter. "Did you go out today?" I asked, pretending to focus on the kitchen counter. "No," he said easily. "Just office and then home." I nodded. That was all. I didn't question him. I didn't push. Because trust doesn't demand proof. It accepts answers the way they are given. Later that night, when he was in the shower, his phone lit up on the table. A call. I wasn't trying to check it. I really wasn't. I just happened to see the screen. The caller profile picture froze me where I stood. It was him. Not alone. With her. The same cafe. The same smile. The same shirt he wore today. My heart skipped, but not in fear, in denial. It's old, I told myself. Probably someone's joke. Probably nothing. I placed the phone back exactly where it was and walked away. Even then, I trusted him. The days after that felt strange. Not wrong. Just uneven. He smiled less at me. Looked at his phone more. Stayed quiet longer. Still, I said nothing. Because love makes you patient. And fear makes you quiet. I still remember the night everything ended. He stood by the door, keys in his hand. "I'm leaving," he said. Just like that. I laughed, a small, broken sound. "Leaving where?" He didn't answer. My chest tightened. "Say something. I don't want this anymore." The room spun. "You don't mean that," I said quickly. "You're just tired. We can talk." He looked at me then. Really looked. "No," he said. "I don't love you." The word "don't" cut deeper than the rest. I walked toward him. "You love me. You've always loved me." He shook his head. I thought I did. I grabbed his arm. "Please. Just sit. We'll figure it out." He pulled away. "She understands me better than you," he said suddenly. "She's calmer. She's better. Better." The word echoed. "I'm your wife," I whispered. "I'm the one who stayed." "That doesn't mean anything," he replied. My legs gave out. I fell to the floor, wrapping my hands around his legs, pressing my face against them like it could stop time. "Please don't leave me," I cried. "Please. I'll change. I'll do anything." He tried to move. I held tighter. Don't, he said sharply. He pushed my hands away. Not gently. Get up, he said. This is embarrassing. I looked up at him, tears blurring my vision. You love me, I said again, desperate. Tell me you don't love me, and I'll let go. He didn't hesitate. I don't love you. Something inside me broke completely then. He stepped over me and opened the door. Before leaving, he turned back once. I like her, he said. I've liked her for a long time. My love died with our baby. I'm tired of pretending I don't miss my baby just for you. You act only you have feeling always depend on me. I too have feeling which you don't understand. I'm sick of this. Just let me go. The door closed. She sat there like a statue and cried her heart out to the extent that she would pass out. And the silence after that was louder than anything I had ever heard. Back in the present, the hospital corridor felt endless. She walked slowly, one hand pressed against her side, the other holding onto the railing. Then she saw her, walking past, laughing softly at something on her phone. It felt her past playing in her eyes like it was never forgotten to be remembered. The same girl. Her breath caught. She turned around without thinking and followed her. Wait, she said, her voice shaking. The girl stopped and turned. Their eyes met. And in that moment, every unanswered question, every lie she had swallowed, stood between them. You, she said quietly. I've seen you before. The girl frowned. Do I know you? Her hands trembled, but she stood her ground. You know my husband, she replied. The girl's face changed. Just slightly. Enough.